Well, hello fellow colonists, and welcome back to Rimworld. It is the 4th of September, 11 o'clock in the morning, and I have not sent Roxanne on her spirit journey yet down to the caves, but that is going to be coming up. We finished precision rifling, so we can create assault rifles and sniper rifles, as well as some lower tier crap before that I'm probably not going to mess with. The next things that we are researching is the multi-analyzer. It will increase research speed even more and allow even higher level research projects. Most likely things I am not yet really interested in researching due to the amount of time that they will take. We have a huge chunk of the research board available to us right now with decent speed. And even though I'm not going to show you guys every single time we finish a piece of research, I'm going to show you the paths generally that we're taking. So it's going to be multi-analyzer first, followed by multi-barrel weapons. That will give us miniguns, a ferrule crank gun, and a minigun that I will probably put on some type of automated turret. The third thing that we are researching, and this is going to be one of the biggest, most important things that we can build for quite a while, I believe, is a launchable transport pod. We can launch people and supplies long distances. We will finally be able to, launch a squad at one of those events, and then they can hike back. It'll be a little bit quicker. I don't know what resources are going to be required at first. We may not be able to reliably do it until we can, I don't know, craft components or something silly like that. I don't have any other research lined up for the time being. Also, Gonzalo here is about to die. The lady that was down here, whose spine we also cut out, she died before the last video. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I'm just going to mention it now because Sharon, Gonzalo, and whoever was there were all part of the same raid from the Orion faction. We have Shelton and Malatis from the current one, and I don't know what we're going to do about them yet. This guy's having acute renal failure, so we are actually going to sacrifice him. I'm still going to continue to sacrifice people to Hastur. There have been some suggestions made to which deity we should kind of build favor with for the time being. I am not yet interested in researching anymore. I will assume that in another video or two, I might hold a vote in the comments as to who we should worship once we get more unlocked. We're still going to stay with Hastur. I think we will have Fifi do the sacrificing. I'm sorry, Gonzalo, you're going to die anyways. And we're going to ask for... We already did the unspeakable oath on Finch. I'm not quite yet ready to make that same offering with Fifi. I still am not entirely sure if I trust that pact that we made. I expect Finch at any moment just to explode into a pile of tentacles or something ridiculous. We are going to... How about... I really want to do the Act 1 before Act 2, but we don't need a book. Everybody who is here is already part of the cult because our sermons are so provocative and powerful. Fifi has masterful sway over the English language, or whatever language they speak here. And it only takes 1 or 2 sermons before people join up. They also know better than to say no, unless they want to end up like one of these poor fools down here. So yeah, we're gonna do... I'll fall asleep for 5 to 6 hours. That's so dangerous. We're gonna do it though. We're gonna sacrifice you, Gonzalo. Rest in peace. Purple Cap gathers for a sacrifice. Hopefully this one goes a little bit better than the last one. Fifi takes a slight detour from everyone else, whistling a merry tune. She grabs poor Gonzalo. We can't let his soul go to waste. He can't just die in here. That would not be acceptable. Yeah, we know. Severe illness. That's why we're gonna help him out. We're gonna introduce him to our Lord and Savior, Hastur. Saldownik, do you really have to be in the middle of, like, the firing range? Oh my god. Gonzalo has been executed by cutting. Is everybody, like, getting ready to... I think everybody's getting ready to fall asleep almost. I thought it was only going to be a couple people. Revi, Pelotap, and Revocane are not doing anything. At least in regards as to falling asleep. Everyone else is in some type of trance. They've seen the face of the one true God. And in their happy daze-like state, they're gonna go to their beds and dream of the Yellow City. Apparently. My kin, Brenneman, died. How horrible for you. You knew them so well. What the heck? They just walked into their room. People just threw themselves onto their bed. Avak is sleeping backwards with his feet on the pillow. Toll just kind of laid down backwards over the bed. Plump and KT flopped themselves on it. I don't know if I've ever seen people sleep so weirdly before. This is crazy. All of these freaking alerts. What are you doing to me, game? You didn't tell me 95% of my colonists were going to do this. Unseen forces have forced one of the moons of this planet in front of the sun. I wonder if that's because of our sacrifice. It's got to be. So, our colonists have gathered a sacrifice for Hastur and petitioned him for visions of the spires and balustrades of the distant and lost city of Carcosa. Fifi's stomach grumbles as they leave to fetch something to eat. Unseen forces have forced one of the moons of this planet in front of the sun, and an eclipse has begun. Even so, Fifi feels the tendrils of sleep weave its way into their mind, to pull them away to distant Hades, where Carcosa sets under black stars. Okay. The eclipse is rather unfortunate. I guess we're still generating some power. But between all of the lights I went overboard with, as well as our new high-tech machinery, which I should probably power this one off, our batteries are not doing too hot. Disassemble mechanoid. Yeah, let's see if I can get somebody to come flip this switch. Revi, what are you doing? You put the tar berries down. I may not have anybody assigned to flicking yet. Someone said that flicking and some of this other stuff could cause lag. And I don't know if you noticed it, but the sprites are not moving quite right. I don't know how else to describe it. There's a bit of screen lag going on every once in a while. Let's see if we can follow Revi and maybe see it. Like, does it almost look like he's juggling back and forth and bouncing a little bit between frames? It gets more pronounced when there's more people up and running around. Like I say, I'm not entirely sure how long we're going to stay active on this map. Once we get a good transport system, we might just put all of our stuff into transport pods and fire ourselves into a more interesting and perhaps... I dare I say it, a safer location than this one. It would probably help if I killed all these damn bugs too. There was so much blood and vomit, and I don't think there's any way for me to clean that up. I can't make it rain in there. It's just building and building and building. I'm surprised it's not flooding out. The other thing that might be affecting us a little bit since I'm ranting here. All of these dead bodies. This creepy freaking sinkhole is still around that we discovered 104 days ago. I have no doubt that these gazelles will soon go crazy. And this elephant has severe sanity loss. Again, I don't even have to hunt or really slaughter any of my own animals for meat, because everything down here goes crazy. I think we're even down to one spider now. That is smart enough, unfortunately, to avoid this place. That spider is probably going to pose to be a problem at some point, too. Also, for future plans, I am thinking about getting rid of this as a prisoner area. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that. And then turning this back room area here into a prisoner area. Pelotap has named it Muffalo 7 Chico after being nuzzled. I'm going to take that pet away from you. Don't get attached to it. But yeah, I'll move most of these beds, and surgical supplies will move some of them up here, most likely. Everybody is awake. And the rest we will move down here into the Ballas Memorial Hospital frontline battle tent. That still needs a floor and some other stuff. It's so tempting, by the way, to make this entire floor silver. How much would that even cost me? Surgical steel, silver tile. Expensive and slow to build, very pretty, fits perfectly. That's not what I want. Sterile tile. Takes 3 steel and 15 silver. Neutral in terms of looks, okay. So that, it actually wouldn't be that bad to have this entire room be sterile tile, which would probably help us. 960 silver and a 192 steel. I don't think I've got the steel, unfortunately. Just barely. If I used all my steel for that, I guess I do have all of this we can mine out. Let's set that up. It's very important that we have like Fifi and all of our other pacifists back here, able to quickly use the hospital should people get injured. It's my sincere hope that we eventually make it to the point where we don't need colonists on the front line, that we can just use mortars from back here, as well as automated turrets and various other defenses up here. Pelotap? Pelotap has a dead elephant, okay. Maybe I marked that to be gathered at some point. Alaraf is going for a walk. Sharon, what are we doing to you? Harvesting your lung, left kidney, and liver? Oh, that's right. I forgot that we were legitimately chopping these people to ribbons. They do deserve it, by the way. I just want to make that clear. They killed Ballas. They came here. I just want to reiterate that, guys. I'm not the monster here. Our colonists are doing nothing wrong. It's for the survival of the colony that we have things like hearts and dentures. And I do have some more Orion skeletons to install, so let's see who needs one. Rebby, you would be... It would help you cook. So, yeah. Not everybody with a gun is gonna have one, I guess. You can have an Orion exoskeleton. Wool is pregnant by Slacks, that's right. Late stage. Should be popping that baby out anytime. Just what we need, you know, more colonists. You're good at growing. It's tempting too. Slacks, good at cooking. KT, good at shooting, melee, and your other skills are coming along nicely. You do have a skeleton already. An exoskeleton. Revocaine, still got to figure out how we're going to fix you. Let's see, install. Can I fix his eyes? Install charisma implant in his brain. I don't know what the charisma implant would do, so let me check. Roxanne, you're good at growing. You are a pyromaniac. You're not good at very much anything else. Got a laser pistol. It's really late in the evening, but you are rested, so you would have to come up through here. Everything is sleeping. I want you to pick up that charisma implant and bring it back. That is your penance. I am sending you on a night mission. I'm not sending you on a flat-out suicidal mission, mind you. You're gonna have to sneak past the sleeping tigress, and then try not to wake any of the spiders, the mega spiders that are just around the corner. The hole shouldn't pose a problem, though its spooky sounds will definitely send shivers down her spine. What are you doing? Carrying steel. Why are you carrying it over here to the ambrosia? What are you doing? Sometimes I watch these colonists between recordings. Like the stuff I don't upload to you guys. And I ask myself, why? Why do I put up with these? With these creatures? So, Plump, you fell asleep during the thing. You saw Carcosa. And you're happy from the successful sacrifice. We didn't get ambushed by a star vampire. What a glorious day. Saw Carcosa. So for basically 15 days, we're gonna have a plus 15 mood boost to just about everybody. Only a handful of people were too cool for it. Ribby needs surgery. I'm probably gonna have to force that soon. Fifi, I want you to operate on Rebby. I'm not too sure about operating on him in his bedroom there. Where are you going, Rebby? This is why we can't have nice things. You guys stop listening to me and just do your own shit. All the time. I will be moving medical supplies around soon, by the way, so that they don't have to run from here to there, from here to there, from here to there. That's one of the reasons I want to set up the Ballas Memorial Hospital as quickly as possible. Hurry up, Rebby. We're gonna get that spine installed in you before Fifi gets too tired to do surgery. Okay, you're a pacifist, so you definitely don't need to be arresting anyone. As soon as they try to resist, you're just gonna collapse like a limp noodle. Probably be roughed up. I don't think when colonists get in fights with each other, I don't think they'll kill each other with one of the mods I'm using, but they will beat the shit out of each other, which can still be pretty terrifying. Roxanne makes it past the tigress, by the way. The puddle was especially dangerous. You psychopath. It's because I had her set to attack, of course. You might actually die. I was a little bit excited for you for like half a second, Roxanne. I thought you were going to be smart and sneaky. Instead, you are a psychopath with a gun. I shouldn't be too terribly surprised. You are a pyromaniac. Did you at least get that? If you didn't, I'm gonna be very disappointed. The charisma implant. Okay. Good, you bring that back to base. I need to I need to dig out this compacted machinery. Right now, that's the one thing that is, I want to say, slowing me down more than anything. Is not having enough compacted machinery. And as luck would have it, it's all down here by the freaking nightmare area. There's a part of me that really wants to fill this in. A, so animals will stop dying all the time down here. And B, so that noise officially goes away. Apparently we have some boom rats that have entered the map. And look at all that compacted steel there, too. And there. I will be attempting to get all of that before we leave this map at the very least. I will assume that wherever we go, we will find some more. But I'd rather not risk it. What are you doing, Plump? Digging out compacted machinery. Mining is actually one of the higher skills I have set for people. So we are going to have a train of miners quickly flooding all those locations I tagged to bring those components back. I don't know what we will spend them on yet. I wish wind turbines were more reliable. Even with the eclipse, we are at least not completely out of power. Wood-fired generator. Those are such a worthless nightmare. You burn through wood far too quickly, if I remember. Also, curious. I've got 16 components. Okay. Why don't we spend a few of those? The primary thing I want to increase in speed right now is actually the research stuff. So we have this research terminal here. A compact research terminal for expanding laboratory operations. Requires power. It will automatically hook up to this and to the future laboratory that we are going to be building. I think I will place that right there. There's 8. I need one more and we can build the laboratory station here. An auxiliary research station for expanding laboratory operations. It's really freaking cool looking too. The top part of it goes over the walls, unfortunately. I would have to move the research bench here in order to have it work in there. Because as soon as you turn it, you lose the cool look. This would just make it a regular bench. That's not too bad. Hell, we'll do it like that. I'm gonna set it to be built anyways. I might have power issues, obviously, after this. I will most likely just disconnect it if needed. Fifi is already blowing through the research there. I'm gonna have to build a multi-analyzer in here as well. It'll probably be jammed right there. We've got also mechanoid hull plates, those 2 malicious AI persona cores that I don't know what I'm going to do with yet, and a stack of mechanoid electronic parts. Those are from all of the mechanoids that we have been forced to defend ourselves from. We were certainly not the aggressors in any of those encounters, considering the fact they were encroaching on our property and poisoning our crops and mentally destroying our colonists. I am also building a bunch of barbed wire through here to slow things down. Someone gave the suggestion to fill this with earthen mounds, or fill this area with earthen mounds. I might. I really don't want another instance where they can stand down here and fire a rocket directly at us. Even though, should that happen again, it would be wise of me to actually try and move my colonists. I wouldn't have much time, but even moving a tile or two from that could have saved Valis. Now, don't you suckers try anything crazy. I still have to watch them because one of them might want to go into the cave. No matter what I do, I can't keep the place sealed, as you'll notice. The dark forces inside the cave refuse to let themselves be sealed away. It is just a cave of nightmares. Revy, your surgery is apparently done. Got a synthetic lung and an Orion exoskeleton. You're pretty damn quick now. Make sure you put that quickness to use. He'll be even quicker at grabbing supplies and cooking meals, which we have a very healthy stockpile of now. I bumped up our meals all the way up to 100, since they will be frozen in here and can't spoil. That way, should anything happen to any of my cooks or colonists, we've at least got a decent supply of food. As well as pemmican. Like tons of it. For whenever we inevitably do have to travel. Until I can maybe make survival meals anyways, or canned food of some type. Something that won't rot on me within a day or two. Isn't this nice? Up to 20 components. It's a dream come true. If that said 200, that is. I was hoping to find some easy to reach component stuff up here, but I don't think it's going to happen. One of the things I will most likely be building soon as well is a quarry. Where is it? Not the salt mines. Got plenty of those already. It looks, there it is, the quarry. Takes 100 steel. It's a large pit for digging up long buried resources. Question is, where do we want to build it? So many locations. Apparently, you know, this wouldn't be a bad place. There'd only be a few areas that don't have resources, and it's fairly close to the stockpile or wherever else we would need it. It's tempting. If I was sadistic, I could also shift the walls and stuff here and have the quarry right next to the poverty area bedrooms. That would be rude. It is the 5th of September. 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And, everything's going fine in the colony. Roxanne has paid for her crimes of pyromancy, practicing the evil magic of fire. And, research is actually going quite well. Hopefully whenever we return, we'll be about ready to finish launcher pods. And we can begin to plan the first suicide mission for a group of brave pyromaniacs that we're going to launch to the other side of the planet. Well, hello folks, and welcome back to Rimworld. It is the 11th of September, and we are currently in the middle of a solar flare, I think? Or we were. Maybe it only lasted a couple hours. That's funny. I thought it was going to last longer than that. Anyways, a couple hours ago, we were hit with something that took out all the power in the base. Everything shut down and just quit working, and now it's back up as soon as I start recording. There's also a psychic drone out there. It's making all the male members of the colony feel really bad about things. So, I have no doubt that the therapist's office will become a little bit more used. We are being visited by the Galactic Empire right now. They have absolutely nothing to trade. They didn't even bring any Muffalos. So let's see. What else is going on? There is an election underway. And these are the candidates. We will go over their policies, their platforms soon enough. All of this steel has been mined out over the course of the last couple days, as well as this steel and most of this steel. I have no shortage of steel reserves right now. Got 1,900 pieces there, 1,300 pieces there. We're doing quite well for ourselves when it comes to steel. The only thing we're missing out on really is components. Let's see, we've got 14 of them. And a bunch of them are going to be used to place additional batteries scattered around the base. KT has been inspired. She'll have better shooting accuracy. Well, good for you, KT. I just hope that we don't have to use it. I want this hospital to be set up like pronto plump. We need to get the Ballast Memorial Hospital up and running. And I need to decide what I want to turn those rooms up there into. There's a part of me that says turn them into prisoner rooms. What do you mean the bed is... Oh, that's... Okay, that's outside his allowed area. We don't let Revocaine leave the base. I forgot about that. He has to stay inside the walled-in compound. If he leaves, he tends to get distracted and go off wandering around all over the place. Bryce, you are not getting help. I just want you to know. If somebody comes up there and gives you therapy, I'm going to be disappointed in them. But yeah, I think we'll turn these rooms into prisoner rooms. They're also good rooms for surgery, since they're sterilized, for chopping out body parts. And I don't know what we're going to do about this room yet. I'm half tempted to make it into another medical area. It'd be a medical area inside the base, actually, but not so far back that it is a pain in the ass to get to in an emergency. And the other idea was to turn it into the mayor's office, because that is a feature that I think was patched in since I've started. Like, I can click on a table now and turn it into a mayoral office. Unfortunately, I don't really have any rooms. I could set up a mayoral's office over here. Revocaine, why is your bed in such a weird position? This is like the only bed in the middle of the room, whatever. I tore up a bunch of the minerals that were in the walls, all of the steel and stuff, and placed granite walls. That's something I'm going to be doing. Again, kind of between scenes. Digging up the granite walls and replacing them as needed. At some point, these titanium walls will have to be tore down. Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? Plague from what? Fifi has gotten sick. Plump has gotten sick. Wool has gotten sick. Slacks. Did everybody in the colony come down with the plague? Killer Kegsy, Raidsoft, Avok, Saldownik, Maltese. That's one of the prisoners. I don't know who that was. I just clicked off. Tolpanzer. Saldownik is downed from the plague. Oh man, the plague, really? The plague is gonna kill like a bunch of people. I'm gonna make it so that they use Glitter World medicine. It's important enough if we can even get started on this. People need to rest. Oh my god. I'm in the process of moving my hospitals. This is a disaster. I'm just gonna throw down a bunch of beds in here real quick. Or at least a bunch of sleeping spots. I don't know what else to do. People need to be able to instantly, like, come in here and sleep. The plague advances incredibly quickly. And I've only had to deal with the plague once. I can't believe we're being hit by this. I've only had to deal with the plague once, and I don't believe I saved anybody with the plague. 0 lives. I'm gonna send everybody who is sick to rest until healed. They need to be sleeping. Hopefully fighting the infection. Oh man, Revocaine. I'm not even sure I'm gonna have anyone left to help people. All of my good doctors are already sick. Skeeto. How the hell did we get the plague? I have a feeling this has something to do with the dark ones. Let's see. Fifi, 0 lives. 0 lives is fine. So Fifi, Plump. Fifi and Plump might be out of the mayoral race. Toll, are you gonna make it? In a moderate amount of pain. Still upset that we were chopping out body parts from prisoners, but whatever. Plague minor. 45% with only a 39% immunity. Lots of pain, loss of consciousness and manipulation. Immunity did go up 1% there. This is gonna just destroy my Glitter World medicine stockpile, but this is kind of what I've been saving it for. I thought we would need this type of medicine to do surgeries successfully. Doesn't seem to be the case. Also, I'm gonna tear out this wall right here and rip out these doors. I'm gonna put a wall through here to seal this off and add a side door. So anybody who is just needing a quick route to come through here can get into the kitchen area. I probably don't need to keep that sealed off anymore. What else do we got going on? I'm expanding the paths here, ripping up some of these fields, some of this bamboo walkway. Get all of that set up. We got UV lights in here, basically. That's what I'm saying. The blue lights are. There are UV lights in here to disinfect everything. It's just an added security, or an added sanitation method, I guess. 46%. So we need to keep an eye on this. Who has plague the worst? Killer Kegsy and Revocaine have 49%. Avok and Wool 48. Plumps at 46. I'm hoping that we can pull through this. I am worried though. If we lost this many colonists, I would have to decide if I even wanted to keep recording. So much death. And they didn't even die in a badass manner. They died in a puddle of their own mucus. Toll, what are you doing? I was gonna say, you better keep your ass in bed. We don't need you out and about spreading the plague to anyone either. Yeah, okay. Don't particularly want to hear that song anymore. I'm gonna have to take the radio and throw it in the trash. That's the only song that they loop over and over and over. Other than the plague and the election, there's really not a whole lot going on, and anything I did want to start to do. Is now kind of put on hold until I can make sure that all these people survive. Or at least have a good chance. Revocaine, 51%. His immunity is only 35%. So, for him, the plague is outpacing his immunity. 0 lives, is there anything you can do for him? Let's see. Plump is at 47% plague, 41% immunity. Fifi, 49, 41. Wool, 49, 41. Slacks, 50, 42. Revocaine, 52, 36. He might not make it. Being old and infirm. Let me see if I can help him out real quick. If we administer... What I really need is that special tea that helps with blood filtration. Med X. Let me see. What does Med X even do? Isn't a potent painkiller similar to morphine? I don't really need something to help with pain. Parodyne. Euphoria-inducing painkillers. I don't need painkillers. Addictiveness, consciousness, bunch of joy. Takes away some of the pain. Beer would do probably nothing. Yeah, what I need is, I think it's called Spectigo tea. Drink made from brew tea leaves. And I don't have it, of course. Spectigo tea will help with blood filtration. Other than that, I don't think there's anything I can do for him. Could artificially impregnate him. I don't know how that works, but okay. Well, he'd be the first to go if the plague was going to start taking people. Oh, and Avak. 50% plague, only 17% immunity. Why are you doing so poorly? I don't really want pyromaniacs, but I want you to die like that. Toll is doing really good. 46% plague, 48% immunity. You shut up. You hush. You know, with this many people with the plague, I should probably build some sarcophagi. Actually, hang on. Slate? No, okay, I have plenty of slate. It's granite that I don't have. At some point, I'm gonna have to wall this off. Adjust this solar heater. We'll expand this. This will be in like the crypt room. We'll have one gigantic walled-in area, perhaps. Not even roofed in, just walled in, where we can go visit our dead. Haven't had people die in quite a while. Shinmira and Niam, and then Ballas. For as long as this series has went on, Randy Random has been fairly generous. We've had plenty of wounded people, probably some people who should have died. But it might be that karma is finally catching back up to us, because we got the long dick of the RNG roll right here, I'm pretty sure. Tolpanzer is at 52. 46. Revocaine 55-40, man. Plump is not happy about his situation either. Disturbed sleep, cramped interior. awful hospital. You know what? It's better than dying out on the cold ground, you jerk. We're doing the best we can. Alpha Poly infantry helmet. If I ever get like a really good trade caravan again, I've got tons of things to trade with them. I guess I could send out a call to get rid of some of this. Finch. Oh, that's right. I would have to request it. Damn it. I haven't had a merchant, like one of those merchant messages where they're in orbit and you can reach them with your bird. Haven't had one of those come through for quite some time, which is discouraging. Look. I'm forbidding this. Hinterland. I want you... Actually, you know what? Play Ain't Misbehaving. Get it off that damn... I don't know, is that the Zataran song? That's still just... This is horrible. The Vault Dwellers have such horrible taste in music. We need to find one of the Raiders radio stations. I bet you they listen to something good. Turn that shit off. 0 lives. It makes a good talking piece. It really brings the whole room together. But no one's gonna use it. Or I'll chop their hands off. Revocaine, you're at 5740, 5843. Raid Soft is at 60. Oh, Raid, you're gonna die. 62 out of 19. Quit with the therapy, you two. We got fucking work to do to save people. We don't have time for you to be sitting there whining about being insulted, most likely. Go heal. I don't think this will do anything, but go try to heal Raid Soft. If for some reason this works on his plague, we will send the rest of our Jedi Masters out and about. However, I'm going to assume that it will not work. 6220. 6220. No, it did not. Okay. Sorry, Raid. Tried just about everything I can here. Toll is fine. 49% plague, 58% immunity. Saldownic. Amazingly enough, you're fine. Slacks, you could be better. Fifi, you're just about breaking even. Plump is pulling ahead. I'm gonna estimate at least 3 deaths from this plague. Either way, guys, it's the 12th of September, 1 o'clock in the morning. Plague is ravaging the colony. All operations and plans have been put on hold until we can get this taken care of. And Killer Cakesy has decided to pig out on food. I don't know what we're gonna do, guys. Welcome back, folks. It's 12th of September, 5 o'clock in the evening, and the election is underway in Purple Cap. Before well, I guess we'll just wait to see who wins the election, and then we'll see what their platform was. Most of them are pretty much what we saw last time. And unfortunately, again, some of our candidates are actually holed up in the hospital slowly dying. So far, nobody has died yet. But poor Saldownic, he is even worse than before. He has fallen into a coma. He is beating the plague with his immunity, But unfortunately, his body is shutting down. Fairly quick, too. Already up to 8.2. It'll probably jump up to 8.3 here. Yep. He's in trouble. He's in a lot of trouble, and I don't know what to do there. I'm administering cigarettes, beer, smoke leaf to all of the people here who need it. People are having withdrawals because they're stuck in bed. Fifi is about ready to have a breakdown. Her immunity is tied with the plague. Plump's barely ahead. Some people, I think, already beat the plague. I think. Wool is pretty far ahead. Slacks, you're falling behind. 86%, 87% plague, 70, 80% immunity. Revocaine, only 64% immunity. Yeah, it's looking back bad. Poor Killer Kegsy, only 33% immunity, and that dumbass won't keep himself in bed. He wants to continually get up and go take shits and stuff. So I kinda quit trying to force him to stay there. If you're gonna die, Killer, it's your damn fault. I had you holed up in a bed, and you thought you knew better for some reason. Colony is the voting is underway. And Killer Kegsy collapses. Revocaine, you legitimately should be sleeping too. This is one of the things that's kind of like, I'm just like, okay, I don't care. If they want to get up and walk around and die, it's their own damn fault. Some people are actually smart enough to stay in bed. Roxanne is rescuing Killer. She grabs him, but he don't look good. He's burning up. His eyes are bloodshot and red. And it's not from the smoke leaf either. Revocaine needs treatment. Avok and Saldalnik are probably awaiting beer or cigarettes. Unfortunately, this fucking plague had to happen at the worst possible time it could. There's an election underway, so people aren't going to actually help once they start gathering, I'm pretty sure. And, of course, I was in the middle of moving my hospital, so most of my good operating buffs are over here, which is in an unfinished room, which actually has a higher infection chance than the small rooms up here because of it. So I feel like the gods planned this. I thought that we'd been treating Hastur right. Do we need another sacrifice? Is that what he's telling us? Do we need to make another offering? What do we need to do? I feel like, honestly, that one of the Dark Ones has sent this down upon us. For the plague to just randomly pop up and strike so many people at once. I don't see how I could possibly believe anything else. The Empire visitors left us. And we are being raided. A group of mechanoids from a mechanoid hive have arrived nearby. They are attacking immediately. Well, that's great. An attractive inferno cannon. I don't know if I've ever heard an inferno cannon be described that way before. Everybody that is down here to the front lines. I've got Raidsoft being a doctor, and he might be the only one. In fact, Skeeto and Chainsaw, you stay back there. I hope we've got enough to fight them off. The Scyther is not terrifying in the slightest. The Inferno Cannon, however, is very terrifying. Also, multiple people have informed me that I can like double stack people and they won't shoot each other. Will you go there? Which might be useful, but I still don't trust it. With my luck, they'll still find a way to turn and shoot the guy right next to him or something like that. They'll find a way to screw it up. Melee attacking cloth animal bed. Yeah, the Scyther should actually die pretty easily. Aww. Circe. Just took a shot. A gunshot charge lance to the body. Pretty significant, but then again, that's what you get for being stupid enough to follow somebody, A, out to combat, and then B, always stand in front of them. Always. That has to be a coding decision. Maybe they move around randomly, but I swear 90% of the time they're in front. They're in the front lines. This is terrifying here. The election was won by Chainsaw. Chainsaw's platform was, things are good, but they could be better. And this colony is on the right track. We need a facts-based approach to the issues. The mayor should ensure that every colonist is taken care of, and I'll bring innovative solutions to the table. Well, congratulations, Chainsaw. You received 7 votes. We will have to give you an office at some point. For now, I even want you 3 to try to come out here in time. They should be able to make it before these things can pass through the minefield, but man. God damn it, Circe. You know what? Who are you bonded to? Not anymore. Get out of here. I'm gonna take a little stroll through the front lines here. Let me just go between the barbed wire and the spike trap pits. We can get an AI persona core. For 306 silver, we can get the location of it. I don't know if that's worth it or not. The terrifying thing about this to me right here is that these things are going to be able to launch AoE fire attacks. Revocaine is down. You stupid son of a bitch. Who the fuck told you to get out of bed? I'm pretty sure I didn't recruit you. Hope you die there. You old bastard! Most of your brain don't even work. I want to save him, I really do. So you got a long blaster. What's the range on that? Not that hot. Definitely. There we go. The first shot is fired. It hits the centipede. Or almost did. It hit, but it didn't do anything. And you know, these things won't back down from combat either. Okay. Can you take even one down before they get in range to screw up everything? Congratulations. I really didn't think you were going to be able to. There we go. First Inferno shot. Skeeto, being a dipshit. Gonna run out in front of everybody. This is horrible. Okay, Finch. Up there. KT over here. Fell. See if you can get back on the front lines. Roxanne, you might as well move up. I really should have scattered everybody around in like a ring here. Damn this. All to hell. We don't got time for this. Everybody stand down. I said stand down. You're done. You're done here. Fight the fire. Heal yourselves. We don't have enough hospital beds or doctors for everyone at this point. Toll Panzer needs a rescue. Extreme Plague, of course. Good immunity, though. Skeeto. Rescue Toll. Don't go fucking eat your food. And Slacks. Kinda knew that was gonna happen. You died from the plague. Your immunity was 8% behind. Even being in the good room that has an immunity gain speed factor, you still were not able to pull ahead. Fucking plague, man. There's not anything you can do about that. Raid Soft. Revocaine has one. Slacks, I guess now you'll have one. What a horrible, horrible month this has been. I don't know if I... Hinterland's carcinoma is growing. On your right lung. I'm gonna have to cut that lung out at some point if we can ever get this taken care of. Who else is gonna die from the plague here? Raid Soft. You're gonna die. That's why I gave you a sarcophagus out there. Plump. You're pulling ahead with your immunity. Finch. Are you gonna die? Heal yourself. Fifi. Plague and immunity is tied neck and neck. So, what if... We'll send you up here to the good room. With a little bit of immunity gain boost. Revy. Got asthma. Wool, 87, 87. I think this only boosts one bed that it's hooked up to. Unfortunately. Let's see, Revocaine, 75% immunity. I don't really want him to die. Why did I right click on that? A, why did I right click on that? And B, why does it do that? Where are you, Revocaine? Seriously? I don't like having this whole area marked as home, because then anytime a speck of dust lands on it, they've got to run all the way out here to sweep it off. So Revocaine is at least medical 10 quality offset. It's not in a bad place. Room 10 infection chance. Pretty damn high because it's not been finished or cleaned for a while. So KT, how close to being dead are you? Not very dead. Finch, you're basically fine. Your nose is burned off. Heal yourself. See if that does anything. It did not fix her nose. Again, I didn't expect it to fix her nose, but I kind of expected it to stop the bleeding. Okay. So if I'm lucky, this fire will sweep through this and burn up all of this bamboo so I don't have to waste the time actually ripping it up for myself whenever we replace it with something. Wool is down. It collapses like a sack of potatoes. Skeeto is carrying, let's see, Toll Panzer. I thought you were doing pretty good, Toll. You are immune to the plague. You're a little bit burned up. That's... Killer Kegsy died. Rest in peace, Killer Kegsy. Pillow Tap, you're being a dumbass. Avok. You're gonna die from the plague. It's up to 82%. If you would have stayed in bed, this wouldn't have happened. And I'm not gonna have a sarcophagus built for everybody. Yeah, I would rather have the fire get put out than send Raid up there to deal with that. Skeeto, what are you doing? You're all burned up. Can you... Okay, you can finish that one. I did turn the operating table here. I turned the settings so that it will not operate on colonists. So we shouldn't have the same thing happen that we did with Ballast. And a poison ship has landed. Wow, Randy. You had to land it all the way down there, huh? It'll kill all plants in an expanding circle around itself. Maybe if I get lucky, the animals will go headbutt it or something. The last 40 minutes or so has been a nightmare. Okay, I do want to save these things. Finish you off. Finish you off. Finish you off. I can disassemble these things over here in our lab. Break them down to their base components, and at some point, we will actually be able to craft some useful stuff out of them. KT has gotten sick from an infection in her toe. Really? Do I even have anybody? Hintelin, Alaraf, and Revi. Hintelin, you can doctor. Revi, you can doctor. Okay. I hate waking people up early, but we've got stuff to do. People need to be treated. People need food. You're all a bunch of lazy bums sleeping in while people die. 10 to Avok. 0 lives, you're not really hurt, are you? Your left ear is torn off. Wool, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. God, and you're even pregnant. You're gonna die. Oh, fuck. You almost have complete immunity. You know what? Reserved by 0 lives. Okay, maybe you can be saved. I really don't want to lose more people here. We've lost Killer Kegsy. We've lost Slacks. Roxanne has gotten sick from an infection as well. On the right leg. Might have to chop that leg off. No, you're not drinking from a goddamn well. 0 lives. I'm gonna throw your ass down the well. Finch, we don't care about Shelton and them, okay? In fact, where is it? They don't get shit right now. They don't get anything. Maltese died from the plague. Where are you going, Finch? I know you want to be a hero, but... Oh, you won't do doctoring? Is that right? Where are you rescuing Wool to? You're gonna carry him all the way out here. Wonderful. And Revocaine is about to die here. His plague is up to 99%. His immunity is only 84%. I don't have enough people to take care of him. Plump, what's your plague at? There goes Wool, died because of the plague. Another person died. Revocaine died because of the plague. What a bullshit mechanic. Here's the plague! Good luck. Glitter World medicine be damned. We're gonna disable 75% of your colonists, then we're gonna dump a raid on you and disable the rest of them. And we're still probably not done losing people. Plump is gonna break. Fifi, I swear, if you die, I'm just gonna throw the whole colony out. And Fifi dies, that's it. This is some bullshit. Toll Panzer has gotten sick from an infection. I don't have enough doctors. Plump, can you get up and do something? I don't think you're gonna die anymore. Raid Soft, how's your health? 95% plague, 40% immunity, so you're dead. It's only a matter of time. We're gonna lose half of the colony. I was thinking maybe 3 people. Oh no. We're gonna lose them all. Breaks my heart. All the time, all the effort that we put into these colonists to raise them, to make them who they are, the work that they put into the colony, the relationships that they formed, all for nothing. Thrown to the wind. Because of something we can't even see or fight against. Saldownik, how are you not dead yet? He's in a coma 26%. He's immune to the plague, though. That's a plus. You know, we will have 2 new kids added to the colony soon. 13th. You know, we would all start dying on the 13th. That's fitting. 5503. The unluckiest day this colony has seen thus far. I wasn't expecting that I would need to use all of these sarcophagus. There goes Slacks getting buried. So let's see, we've got Revocane's sarcophagus here. On it, there's an engraving of Raimundo Revocane being incapacitated with quick, efficient movements. Dozens of cattles look on. A nephew smiles in the upper part of the image while the work is executed in a minimalistic style. This depiction tells the story of the incapacitating of Revocane on the 13th of September. Here's Slacks. An engraving on this sarcophagus resembles uncountable saws. The image is bordered by 4 skunks. The image is totally devoid of both combat and difficulty. Rest in peace, buddy. Plump has planned a funeral on the 1st of December for Slacks. We must not let him be forgotten. Avok needs a rescue. Who cares if we rescue him? He's gonna die anyways. He can't outpace the plague at this point, no matter what I do. Skeeto's gotten an infection. Here's Wool. An engraving on this sarcophagus resembles Banastra Wool Laguea, walking down the aisle with Slacks, while both laugh gaily. Wool is stylistically bonded with Slacks. A dead baboon stands to the right of the main scene, while the work is infused with the idea of hunger and is done in a sinuous style. This portrayal relates to the marriage of Wool and Slacks on the 1st of August, 5503. For Wool and Slacks, 5503 looked to be the best year of their lives. They had a colony that they were incredibly proud of. They had found each other after numerous failed relationships, and finally thought that things were going to go their way for once. Unfortunately, the 13th of September proved otherwise, claiming both of their lives. This is gonna open up a whole bunch of bedrooms. 1, 2, 3... 4 will open, like the major bedrooms anyways. What a disaster. Plump, what are you doing? Don't make a journal page. Can you help anybody? Go feed KT. Or KT can jump up and do whatever. It's not like I'm telling you to rest until you're healed, you dumbo. Keep your ass in bed. Even though I guess she's only burned, so... a small infection. Nothing too serious. Raidsoft, where are you even at? Just laying there resting. Waiting for the plague to take them. 96% plague, only 43% immunity. It sucks looking on knowing that there's not a damn thing I can do to help them. Weed shakes, a smoke leaf smoothie. At the very least, we can send you out peacefully. You don't have to suffer too much in pain. A muffalo has given birth. I don't particularly care about muffalos giving birth. I would have liked to have had my colonists give birth. I think Wool was pregnant, wasn't she? And that's her and the baby gone. Technically 2 colonists. KT is still pregnant. Say, Slacks and Wool were the only other couple in the whole colony. What an absolute unmitigated disaster this was. Raidsoft, Avok, and Saldownik. Where's Avok even at right now? 92% plague, 44% immunity. Welcome back, Toll. He can now walk. He's immune to the plague. His infection looks like he'll beat it pretty easily as well. KT, you don't really have to rest. Oh, you could tend yourself, huh? I forgot that I had that enabled. Man. I don't know if this poison ship can reach us up here. But that's just one more freaking thing to have to go deal with. And you know it's going to be a nightmare. I think what I'll do is I'll send one person with a long-range weapon and an exoskeleton. An exospine, whatever. Down here to fire off a couple of pot shots, wake it up, and then run all the way back up here. And they can attack us in our fortified spot. And then we'll go down there and finish it off. I don't even have somebody capable of finishing these things off, probably, unless I force them to. You were the best night owl we had, Raidsoft. It's gonna be sad not seeing you up and about, getting things done late into the evening, all on your lonesome after everyone else had retired. Pretty little flowers in your hair. You did a lot of work for the colony. You were there for a lot of important situations, too. Done in by the plague. 97% right now. Saldownik slips further into a coma. Avok is up to 95% plague. There's not anything we can do for him, folks, except bury him when the time comes. It's the 14th of September now, 2 o'clock in the morning. We lost a good chunk of our colonists today, or yesterday at least. We'll lose probably 2 or 3 more today. And whenever we come back, we'll have to figure out how we're going to kind of rebuild. And fill in the gaps of skill and knowledge that have been left with our loss.